from there, were you starting to do, I don't know, like security or ring crew or anything like that? Like,
Just ring crew. When I was at UPW, all I did was ring crew for like 3 of their light shows. They were at this dojo in San Clemente, California. That's where I met Johnny in. Um, and I met him by uh pissing him off, which is the way I met a lot of people I became close with. So it's just kind of a trend. But I just remember I pissed him off, and he made me. I don't remember even what I did. I got there when they told me to, and I was just kind of standing there because I think what it was is I thought it was the gym staff moving stuff that we weren't allowed to touch. And so I was kind of just standing there, and I just remember him like snapping at me about not doing anything, and I was just like, "Oh, great start, dude." Great fucking start.
ugh.
And those shows were really fun. I remember I would hold the camera for Ricky and tape his matches for him. At class, at my orientation, I saw him, and then I met him at a class before the first light show I went to. But that was Johnny Goodtime, or my best friend, Big Hunky Kevin Martinson. I met him at class, and I just remember, he was just the nicest freaking dude. I was like marking out for the way he would run drills because he had so much like flair to the littlest things he would do. Like we were in line to do up and overs, and everyone's doing these basic ass up and overs, and he's got this spring and this hop and this big explosive kick out of it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it like that, and I go do follow behind, follow the leader, I was just like this little kid basically following behind this guy trying to do what he does. Um, but he was always super nice, and I just remember like watching him like tear it up at these light shows, and I was like, God damn! I was like, this guy's like so good. I was like, this guy, like, how does nobody know about Johnny Goodtime? And I would like tell my friends that lived in other parts of the country. We talked about indies in the areas. Like, you guys don't know about Johnny Goodtime? Johnny Goodtime? They're like, no, who's that? And it would make me so mad. But that was pretty much like, yeah, that was pretty. I was supposed to go to the New Japan dojo, the LA dojo that Marquez was like ran with. I want to say Simon Inoki. That's where like Rocky Romero and a lot of Joe was there. Like a lot of those guys that were at
Yeah.
the LA dojo. That was at that time when I was just a student, and I kept being told to go up and help, like go up and help, go up and help, and then like I don't know, like I just like I hadn't paid dues in that way before, like I just didn't really get it. And so like, and also, I would go home on the weekends a lot to like, like see my family and stuff. So I just wouldn't drive, you know, an hour, or like, I would not drive whatever, however far it was to, I don't know, go sell nachos. Like I just wasn't doing, I guess, what like I was supposed to be, but no one was really telling me what to do. So I was just like, I would go home on the weekends and party. I would go home on the weekends and just hang out with my parents. Uh, I didn't realize I was supposed to be like at these shows showing face and like doing all this stuff. And then despite not doing that, I was getting way better at class, and I started getting invited to possibly referee in Arizona for IZW, or Impact Zone Wrestling, and that's where a lot of guys like the Tribe, Mike Knox, Derek Nykirk, way back in the day, I believe. So like some older Arizona names, but at the time that was still a pretty good spot. They did really well out there, and I was supposed to start refing and stuff, and it just never worked out. They'd be like, oh, if you're good on this day, and I'm like, oh, no, I have a family thing, and I got to go all the way home for that. So like just little shit got in the way, and I guess like I just didn't quite grasp how important that was. So I wasn't really doing anything but going to class and getting better. That's all I was doing.